Hello guys, the coin here once again, give an update on the market. So the data is continuing to change, and like we can see here, the miners revenue just continues to plummet here, just from the data from yesterday. So miners revenue continues to plummet. This is the hash rate distribution, and I showed this chart before. This is basically who is mining the most, so we can actually see that FT Pool has actually the biggest slice of the pie. Pooling, BTC.com, unknown miners, and Pool, Montage, Wobi, via BTC, Slush Pool, OKX, BTC Top, and well, this is a no. But I didn't want to take a look at that. I wanted to take a look at total hash rate. So total hash rate is continuing to plummet a little bit. Looks like it might be on some kind of a reversal. Now let's take a look at the network difficulty. So it has still been moving. It looks like it topped out here at 15.785. But the overall trend is, like we can see, is that miners are still continuing to lose money, and that is the problem here. The miners are continuing to lose money here. So according to data from yesterday, we're talking about only 7.714. Once again, if we compare that to the all-time chart, you know, it's looking pretty bad. Pretty bad. Let's take a look at the total hash rate. I guess we've seen that before. So there's a lot of volatility going on here, but like I say, guys, with the miners' revenue, you know, going down, if they're not making money, like I said, if they're not making money, they have to shut down. Let's take a look at the historical chart of the network difficulty, and it's still at all-time highs. So something has to give here, you know. Something has to give here. So the network difficulty is still very high compared to the profits that the miners are actually making right now. So I believe that this mining network difficulty has to go down for the miners to even have a chance to make money, if the price is not going up at all, you know. And like I said, the network difficulty going up doesn't help them, you know. It doesn't help them at all. The hash rate redistribution, or the total hash rate, like I said, it's plummeting. It looks like it might be on a reversal. Some miners are maybe actually starting to pick up their mining machines again, but the numbers don't lie, guys. This is what it's all about. This is what matters. So what that tells me is that basically, you know, these guys, the miners, are borrowing money to keep afloat. So the only question is, how long will they be able to do that, unless the price goes up? So these are the fundamentals of the Bitcoin mining economy, which moves everything up and up or down. Like we can see here, that, you know, there's, like I said, there's no good news whatsoever to take out of this, you know. So now let's take a look at the charts. The abyss is still coming in, it's certain. There are several steps ahead of us. Yeah, man. I believe that the stock market, because I'm correlating that with the stock markets. I'm checking the Bitcoin mining economy, and like I said, it does not look good, you know. Of course, there were some gains in the last yesterday, or after yesterday, in the stock market, because some numbers actually came a lot better than most of the traders and analysts were actually expecting. That's why there was an upturn in the stock market, but there's an underlying fear that the second wave is actually coming that's not influencing the markets right now. And it looks like the Fed is buying ETFs all over the place. Their balance sheet is all over. So, like I said, they might try to bring the price a little bit up, but I don't believe that's going to matter much. But we will have to see. According to the numbers that we have here in miners' revenue, it doesn't look good. It continues to plummet. It's going down. It has continuously going down. So we now can compare the miners' revenue to November 2013, which was around 9.363 million. So they're making 7.714. So like I said, this alone, because we have to understand, if these miners are not making money, they're not able to continue their mining operation. They will not continue to invest in new mining rigs, which the biggest mining pool out there, they were supposed to deliver some new mining rigs, and because there was something going on with the guy running the mining pool, I can't remember which mining pool it is. There is some problems. They will not able to deliver on the mining machines. So that is all bad news, because like I said, these mining machines, old generations, they won't be able to mine as much, especially when we see the network difficulty going up. These guys are not able to make any profits. And like I said, there's a lot of miners, that just continue by borrowing money. So eventually they will have to dump the Bitcoin that they have, and I don't know if that has started to happen more heavily lately, but that's what I'm forecasting. Like I said, because all this data tells us one thing, is that the mining difficulty is going up. If the mining difficulty is going up, it will be harder to generate blocks. The equation or the math by creating a block will take longer and gets more difficult. The total hash rate, like I said before, the total hash rate, is going down, but it looks like it might be going up into a reversal. So maybe a couple of miners are starting to turn on their mining machines. But once again, guys, this is the number here, the miners' revenue. This is what it's all about. It continues to go into the red. It's not at this year's low yet, which is 7.112, but it's very close. Very, very close, guys. And this is not good news, because if the miners can't make a profit from the mining operation, because remember, they have to pay for electricity, they have to pay the rent for the warehouse that they're on, they have to pay for maintenance in the rigs, which break down often depending on how many rigs you actually have. So you have to pay people to make maintenance to these mining rigs. So it's a lot of money that is actually going on, and if you're not able to make money, what we can actually, let me check here another chart here. Mining profitability. Let's check if we can find something here. Yeah, let's go here to the NiceHash stuff. So current USD, all time, select service. Oh, this must be the rigs that they actually have for sale. There's another site which I can't remember anymore. Let me check if I can find another one. What was it? CPU Wars. Wars or something. Coin Wars, I guess that's it. So let's check here. So SHA-256, that's what Bitcoin and the Bitcoin forks use, the algorithm. Script is used in Litecoin. Let's see if I can find something in here. So yeah, we can check out the profitability and which coins are actually making more money right now. So Ethereum, as of right now, is the most profitable blockchain out there. So they make 6.9. You know, you have to take 1.8 of electricity away. Then we have Horizon. Then we have Zcash, Cannabis Coin, Purecoin, Raven Coin, Bitcoin Cash. Well, Bitcoin Cash is really on the black hole, because from $8.76 after 8.33 for electricity, you know, their profit is only $0.42. So really very bad. Then we start to see here the ones that are really not making any money, or barely. Florin Coin, not making money. Take a look at Bitcoin itself. They are making 3 cents after electricity costs. Verge, yeah, Verge has been rising a little bit because of the halving. There will be a halving next month. So if they're not able to break a profit right now of 0.28 cents, what do you actually believe the profitability will be after the halving? So we can double this amount here. Instead of 28, yeah, you can count on 0.56 cents of debt. That's what we're talking about. Feathercoin is not profitable at all. Digibyte is not profitable. Vertcoin is not profitable. Monacoin is not profitable. Einsteinium is not profitable. Game Credits is not profitable. And so the list goes on and continues to go down. Dogecoin is not profitable. So how the hell are you actually expecting for someone to buy any of these coins without breaking a profit at all? Nobody's going to do that, right? So like I said, this is really not looking very good. Actually, you know, Ethereum Classic is actually the better one of them. But like we can see here, you know, you have just a couple of coins actually making a profit right now. Ethereum, Horizon, Zcash, Cannabis Coin, Purecoin, Raven Coin, Bitcoin Cash barely, Florin Coin, Bitcoin. So in Bitcoin you're actually making 3 cents. So, and the rest, yeah, the rest is just what it is. So in order, if these numbers are not going up, man, these coins are not going to make it, because like I said, and that's why I'm not a big fan of Verge. I used to be in the beginning because I thought that they could actually do something. But the problem is they already changed the protocol 3 times, and you know, the mining fees, although the mining fees are low, you know, the transactions and the block size continue to be the same, you know, unless they put data to the to their mining operation or to their protocol. You know, there's no way in hell that they're going to break profit in the future, man. And they're not, or the miners are not making money right now. So unless you have free electricity, there's no way in hell that you're going to continue to mine something and you can't get nothing out of it. You know, just take a look at Syscoin, Litecoin Cash, Viacoin, Novacoin, once again Dogecoin, Dash, Digibyte, Litecoin, Monero, Grossel coin, and everybody talks about Monero. Yeah, Monero is going to be the big thing. Come on, guys. How are you expecting for the miners to keep to keep mining blocks for these coins if they're not making money at all? Look, that's not how the world works. We can see here. Well, Bitcoin is barely making any money, and like I said, as the price continues to plummet, the miners will continue to go in debt, and that is the big problem here, because that's what we have to take a look at. So the most profitable coin out there is Ethereum Classic. Then we have Ethereum. Although this is temporary in regards of Ethereum, because we have to understand that Ethereum is going to migrate, or has partially migrated, to proof of stake, so they don't have to mine. All they have to do is to keep their wallets open, and they will stake. I still don't know if that is still a good thing, but we will see in the future if they are able to scale at all, because the bottom line is, in order for them to be successful, Ethereum 2.0 has to have the ability to scale. If they don't have the ability to scale, all the work that they've done is for nothing, and I'm still very skeptical about it. So that's here what's going on with the mining profitability. So like we can see here, most of these coins, they're not in profit, and eventually people will have to point their miners to another profitable chain like Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is actually the best right now to make profit on it. Let me check what this daemon block is for offline. Difficulty may be incorrect. Yeah. So like we can see here, we only have a bunch of hands that are actually making money in the mining industry, and yeah, the rest is just not cutting it. Just let me take this away from here. Because I actually didn't saw BSV here. Yeah, but like I said, guys, there is no good news whatsoever, man, in regards of all this. So yeah, so we only have a couple. So Purecoin is still making money, Bitcoin Cash barely, Bitcoin is almost not making money at all. So like I said, guys, this is not ideal situations here, because once again, if Bitcoin drops another $1,000 in price, it's over, man. It's over, man. They can't, if there is no economical incentive for these miners to make money, they will shut down. That's just the reality of all this. And that's why I like, besides of talking about the charts, I like to take a look at the economical, at the fundamentals, because the fundamentals, they don't kick in right away. But yeah, so several steps ahead of us, it seems that the states are really heading into deep waters. Civil unrest is going to be unprecedented. It will crash hard if we had a reliable infrastructure. Crypto world would be massive for the difficult time incoming. Yeah, it's like I said, and so the problem that the crypto world is having is, like I said, Bitcoin. But you're right, it's still connected to the free market. There's no escape now. No, the thing is, we have to understand something. Bitcoin is a failure, and the reason why Bitcoin is a failure, because Bitcoin has been in existence since 11 years, right? So if the Bitcoin Core guys have done their work right after Satoshi left the project for whatever reasons, you know, they would have scaled Bitcoin. They would have allowed bigger blocks, more transactions, and the miners wouldn't be dependable on the block reward benefit, right? So they would be making money from transactions alone. But the problem is that they're not able to do that, and that's why the miners are actually suffering. Is that, yeah, you have a capped block size. You have 2 megabyte of blocks. You are only able to make 7 transactions per second. So, like I said, you will never be able to onboard the United States population, rather alone the whole world. So Bitcoin will be only exclusive to the people that can afford it, because once again, what is the problem with all that? What is the problem with all that? The problem is higher fees. If the network is congested, so if more people wish to transact in the blockchain, the fees get higher. Why do the fees get higher? Because there is a lot of transactions that are pending. The mempool gets congested, and they have to apply higher fees. And what happens is that if you want to move your coins quickly in 1 or 2 blocks, you pay a priority fee. So if the medium fee cost is already high, if you pay, you have to pay a priority fee, which is higher. So you still have to pay a little bit more until the congestion goes to normal, until less people transact and the price comes back to equilibrium. And that is a problem. That is a problem of lacking of scalability, because they have 2 megabyte blocks. These 2 megabyte blocks get overwhelmed. They have to backlog the mempool, and they have to wait for lesser people to transact, and that is a problem. And once again, it's been 3 years since, from the highs of 2017 and 2020 and 2018. This was a big problem back then, because I still remember there were fees. The fees were so high that it was just incredible, and these numbers haven't come up yet, because once again, we're not going up. We're not going to all-time highs. We're not going to 20K or 50K or whatever, man. But yeah, these people, most of these people, or the moon boys, or whatever you want to call them, I used to be one of them, but because I really saw potential going on. But when you start to see correlations between the stock market, and you then start to take a look at the correlation into the fundamentals, into the mining industry of Bitcoin, you see that the numbers are not rosy at all. Because the reality of all this is the miners are not making money. If the miners are not making money, they will not have an incentive to continue to mine Bitcoin. They will go to another chain. In this case, Ethereum Classic, or Ethereum, is the most profitable coin to be out there. Because will alone and optimism alone, yeah, we are all Satoshi, all that crap that most of the guys are actually saying. We're not all Satoshi. Because what is incredible to me is that the people that are in Bitcoin right now, especially Adam Beck, the guy from Blockstream, he wants to freeze up Satoshi's coins. So what is going on with all that censorship resistance talk? So you want to be censorship resistance to everybody, but you want to block Satoshi's coins? Why the hell would you do that? Why wouldn't you let Satoshi get to his coins? That's just stupidity, and people actually follow these stupid fuckers because they tell one thing that is all great and beautiful, but then they said another thing which is the most hyenas stuff that you can actually say. Because if you want a censorship resistance commodity or money or whatever you want to do, you can't just go back on your word and say that you can't, that you won't let Satoshi get to his coins. Satoshi banned it for some strong reason. Well, in my opinion, I still believe there is still a margin of error that Craig Wright could be a fraud. But from what I understand his motives, so Craig Wright basically left Bitcoin if he really is Satoshi, but let's just say, because I've listened to him talk a lot of times. So he left Bitcoin because of Silk Road. He was so disgusted that the Ulrich guy that created the the Silk Road, he was so disgusted that people could actually buy drugs, that harmed people. That, at least that's what he says. He was so disgusted about it that he left Bitcoin because he never wanted for Bitcoin to be used to buy illegal drugs and, well, to buy guns. Well, in the United States you can actually buy guns, but not all over the world. But he was very very disgusted because of the drugs, that people were able to buy, because there were some reported deaths because of it. And I really believe that was his main reason for him to leave the Bitcoin project, because he actually wanted to apply. He was already starting to wanting to apply Bitcoin into other stuff, but then he saw the Silk Road gaining traction. Yeah, and he went into depression, and he just wanted to leave because he wasn't he was just disgusted about the Silk Road stuff. And in a way, it actually makes sense, because when then you start to understand and you start to see news that people are actually dying because of a platform, that is accepting the money you created, or the blockchain, or the Bitcoin you created. Of course, you get fucked up, man. Look, you're basically saying, man, people are dying because I built this, man. And I can relate to that. I really can relate to that. And still, like I said, there is still a margin of chance that Craig could be a fraud and that is not Satoshi at all. But a lot of stuff has come up. I know that are a lot of contra arguments going on in the internet, and with the signature calling that Craig Wright was a fraud because he was able to sign the signature of one of the first blocks or whatever. But his rhetoric, everything he talks about, everything he talks about makes sense, because he's mainly focused on economical issues for Bitcoin. He's not just about the hoopla and the hoorah, everybody's Bitcoin, and the decentralized thing. That's look, Craig is seeing this a way for people to make money. He wants the miners to make money. That's why the block size is increased. That's why miners can make money from transactions. And he wants that everybody in the world is able to use Bitcoin, because once again the fees are so low. That is that it's almost incredible. Mining has stopped. It's going to zero. No, it hasn't quite stopped yet, because there's still parts in China where the electricity is still very very cheap. That, because you have to understand, about 70 or 78% of the miners come from China, from that for that reason alone. So what's going on? Mining has stopped. It's going to zero. Use Bitcoin. Listen to yourself. What is your point? I'm not getting it. What's gone? What's going on? Gold X Steve. What's your point here? No, I think you're just being sarcastic. But believe me, if miners drop from Bitcoin, it's going to zero, because they're going to dump all their coins. And yeah, who the hell is going to buy it? Are you going to buy something that you can't mine on because it's not profitable? Are you going to do it? I don't think so, right? So the reality is, I don't know if you have been watching from the beginning, but I have been showing the data from the mining revenue, and I can go back to that again. So here are the numbers, man. Here are the numbers. This is the miners' revenue. the Bitcoin miners' revenue, right, continues to go down. It continues to plummet. So and I also showed this chart here of the miners that are making money or not making money. XRP, well, XRP is a ledger, so it has its utility without no doubt. But Bitcoin going nowhere? Oh yeah, Bitcoin is going down. The question is, will it stay down or will it not? To be honest, honestly, because of the lack of vision from the Blockstream guys, you know, I don't believe it will make it this time. This time, it's not going to cut it. No, just take a look at the mining profitability here, right? Take a look at the ones who are making money and the ones who are not. So let's check in here. Yeah, I only put up the short 256. So Peercoin is actually still making more money than Bitcoin in regards to mining. So after 8.33 cents of electricity, they make $2.48. Bitcoin Cash is making roughly $0.38. Bitcoin, after electricity cost, 0.03 cents, guys. 3 cents. Do you believe this is economically viable? It's not. Take a look at the others that are not making profit, and I'm just talking about SHA-256 protocol. Look at the guys that are mining Litecoin Cash. These guys are not making money. Neither are the guys from Syscoin. So if you really want to tell me that these numbers are sustainable for any serious miner to continue to have them rigs on to make 3 cents, are you fucking serious, man? But well, people still believe in the moon, and still believe in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and stuff like that. Look, you have to take a look at reality. In reality, stuff costs money. If you're not able to make money or to break even, you're not going to do that. No, I know that. I like Ripple because of that. I use Ripple a lot. Alone because of the transactions. It's basically instant, and yeah, I believe that XRP has utility. I like XRP. Yeah, but if it will be a global solution for what is going on, I still have my doubts about that as well, because people see it as a good thing that Ripple is involved with the bankers and stuff like that. I don't see that much as a good thing, but the reality is, yeah, for me, Ripple has value because I guess it's the fastest ledger out there, so that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me, as long as and it will be not very difficult to transact with Ripple, and once again, yeah, why people are paying more? You can send 50 million for 20 cents. Why people are paying more? No, I just explained why that happens with Bitcoin, is that the network gets congested, and when more people try to transact, the fees go up. Yeah, that's basically what's going on. But make no mistake about it, make no mistake about it. Bitcoin is going to dump, and XRP and XLM and the rest of the crypto world is going to dump with it, because Bitcoin is still the mother and the father of all of them. You have to remember that despite XRP being superior and XLM and some other blockchains, When Bitcoin dumps, XRP and XLM will dump as well, man. That's just the way it is. You know, they will not escape they will not escape just because you like XRP or XLM the most. You know, it's just the way it is. So in order for XRP to go to the moon, BTC has to go to the moon as well. Look, I know about all this stuff, the compounds and whatever, man. But like I said, man, I see a very bearish scenario for the stock market, for the mining industry and Bitcoin. So, like I said, stock market down, Bitcoin down, altcoins down as well. So, nah, I don't use Coinbase. I don't want to use that. I don't give a damn about that. So yeah, it looks like Bitcoin is recovering a little bit. So let's check what the futures market are actually doing, because generally it's all correlated. So if Bitcoin is going down, the futures are going. If Bitcoin is going down, the future must be going up as well. Sometimes there's a delay. Sometimes the futures go up first, and then Bitcoin comes along. So no, but like I said, man, it's not good news whatsoever. So for these reasons alone, I can't see Bitcoin and the altcoins. You know, I know some of the altcoins are already starting to make money, but you know, some may be up. I don't know. Maybe they're making 150%. Some are making 200%, but that's it. They're not going to get more out of it. And with these mining figures, man, you know, like I said, man, it's look up compound on Coinbase pumping. Yeah, sure. Like I said, you know, there are a couple of coins that are pumping in here, but that's just short term, because at the end of the day, when the stock market and Bitcoin is going down, you know, the money that people made with the pump and did not sold, you know, it's going to overwhelm the losses that they're going to have in the end. Compound on Coinbase, just let me check it out. I don't even pay attention to it, because like I said, what's it called again? Compound Coinbase. So Coinbase Pro listing and other eye-opening data points on compounds, search and demand. Yeah, I know. When was it? Yesterday or after yesterday, someone told me about this compounds thing, and I checked it out. Yeah, the compound protocol currently has 502 million of assets. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if compound doesn't represent a problem with the SEC, right? Because if it is labeled as a security, and it looks to me like a security, you know, game over for compound. So I wouldn't be very weary about this. Let me check out Coinbase, because if these guys are labeled a security by the SEC, you know, goodbye. And yeah. Check if I can see them in here. Tezos, DAI, EOS, Stellar Lumens, Basic Intention, 0x, I'm not seeing it. Yep. Okay, guys. Looks like we are having some kind of a pump right now, which once again must have been correlated with the stock market. The reality is, you still have to remember, miners are barely making money, if any. So that's what I'll leave you. If miners are not making money, I can't even imagine how much longer they will be continuing to mine Bitcoin at a loss. So that's my thoughts about it. So okay, guys, I'm the Coin, and I'm out for now. Later.